I think it was about 15 years ago when I was a chaplain with Good News Jail and Prison Ministry. We had a conference, and we had them all over the country back then. But this time we had a conference not far from Martin Luther King's home, his church. Uh, Powerful. And Chaplain Mandy and I, we took some time when we had a break in the conference where we actually got to go to where he lived, where he preached. Uh, awesome just walking around there. Well, in his house, Martin Luther King's house, uh, they have a gift shop there. Of course, we went into the gift shop, and there I saw a copy of Dreams, Martin Luther King's speech, "I Had a Dream," and I just kind of picked it up. And there were a few people in there. There was an older black man there who was volunteering, running the gift shop. And I just picked it up and I started to read. I started to read his "I Had a Dream" speech. And when I was done reading it, um, this older black man came up to me and said, "Son, I knew Martin Luther King. You made him proud. Good reading of it, son." I didn't know anybody was listening to me. Apparently, when I was reading it, about 13 people just stopped to hear me read it because it's a dream that still needs to be heard today. It's a dream that needs to be lived out today. So on Martin Luther King Day, I've done this before. I want to do it again. If nothing else, I want to hear the dream again that he had that was for all of us. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will all be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day in the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my four little children will one day live in a nation. They'll not be judged by the color of the skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream one day down in Alabama with its vicious racist, with its governor having his lips dripping the words of interposition and nullification, that one day down in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with the little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill, mountain shall be made low, and the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is our faith. When I go back to the South with this faith, we'll be able to hew out the mountains of despair, the stone of hope. And with this faith, we'll be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation to a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we'll be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up with a freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all God's children will be able to sing the new meaning of my song, "My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, land where my fathers died, land where the pilgrims pride. From every mountain ring, let freedom ring." And if America is going to be this great nation, this must become true. And let freedom ring from the hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of the Colorado. Let freedom ring from the crevaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from the Lookout Mountains of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. Let freedom ring. From every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when this happens, and when we allow freedom to ring, we'll let it ring from every village and hamlet, from every state and every city. We'll be able to speed up the day when all God's children, black men, white men, Jews, Gentiles, Protestants, Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God we are free at last. I have a dream.